Good evening, and welcome to this late night show, Midnight Memories 2024. Last year was, well, incredibly short due to not that many games played, but this year is certainly different. Looking back on how I played games before I started recording, I typically complete by my standards roughly 15 to 20 games a year, so I think that this year was pretty productive in which we completed 10 new games. So today's broadcast is a special meeting that Umbra and I have to look back on our look-backs, if that makes any sense. At the end of every year, I like to revisit my adventure log and see what I remember. I like to do this because whatever I do remember means that it was an outstanding memory in the year, and if I forgot an element, then it wasn't important. I also have a flippin' script this time, so I don't go off for 4 hours about anime like I did last year. So how this is going to be structured is that I'll talk about the games that we played this year, then a couple favorite animes that I watched, and that'll be the show. Umbra's ready to go, and so am I, so let's get started. So despite Judgment starting off the year, the first official new title of 2024 was God of War. Probably is and will be the shortest series that I will have for a while. What I really liked about this game was the symbolism. The God of War title is in reference to Tyr, instead of Kratos, who is a polar opposite of him as a character, being altruistic and using his power to unite. The father and son dynamic was also really well portrayed with excellent dialogue. I did find that the pacing was a bit too fast, mainly due to the game being so short. Atreus' development did seem a bit artificial, where he goes from curious to edgy to enlightened in the span of a couple hours. Next was Persona 3 Portable. Took a while to get through this one, oh boy, due to the duo protagonist choice. But the extra effort is worth it with the differing social links. In fact, for me, it's the social links that were the strengths of this game. I enjoyed being the confirmation bias observer to these characters rather than an active force of change as seen in Persona 5 Royal. The relationships were tackled much more realistically, in my opinion, and it made each of their struggle an internal realization. What I did find negatives in was the story. From what I can recall, there were some plot holes and conveniences that were way too outrageous to ignore in my opinion. I think the first one was that if the MC never arrived on the island, then the events of the game wouldn't have happened, so even if Cease somehow defeated all 12 shadows, that it wouldn't have mattered because Ikutsuki's plan had no contingency beyond that. And the second I remember very well, it was how the hell did Takaya and Jin survive jumping off the Moonlight Bridge? They were all like, this is how we live, and then they jump. Well, I guess in hindsight it was how they live, literally. Anyways, after finishing up our time on Tatsumi Port Island, we made our way to Midgar for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Long ass title. I think the most outstanding element of this title is how good looking it is. Not just the environments, but the characters too. Everybody looks like a flippin' movie star. The most memorable part has to be the wall market experience. I still remember the inspiration quest with Johnny as you go around town, picking up sauce and fixing broken equipment. There's a dancing section, different dresses based on the quest that you complete, and an underground coliseum, which I'm not too surprised about given I've played the Yakuza games. I can't think of any negatives besides me still not really understanding the story. I'm pretty sure it's because I haven't played the other games yet, or the original FF7, but I still have no idea who or what Sephiroth is and the whole illusions that he cast. Guess I'll have to find out next year. Following this, and in the same month, I then began Like a Dragon Ishin. Now, first off, I'm really curious why they remade this game using the Yakuza 0 instead of the Dragon engine. I didn't find it too much of a negative, but it does have objective inferior quality of life to the other. What I enjoyed the most has to be the tremendous amount of character cameos from Yakuza 0 to all the way to 7, as well as their fit into the story. Kashiwagi being Kazuma's killer, Nishiki being Kiryu's rival, and Takechi being Shibusawa was also really cool, given that he contested Kiryu for the Dragon of Dojima title. These stories are always outrageous in scope, but what I distinctly remember is that Ryoma and Okita can apparently raid the Shogun's castle, clean house, and just leave with no consequence. I just think that has to be the most hilarious but memorable part of the game for me. After our time in Kyo, We then made our way to future Japan in Soul Hackers 2. Bingo is, of course, the most memorable part about this title. The game handled the whole observer AI with human curiosity archetype quite well. The story, however, is quite generic, with plot holes as bad as Persona 3 Portable. But overall, the experience was mediocre. The game was definitely made on a budget, and it showed with the lack of world building and side characters. In between, I took a side adventure in Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. This game I'm still playing in my own time today, so I guess I don't really need to recall my experiences for this one. To sum it up though, plenty of customization, good. Game looks like a PlayStation 2 title, bad. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves was next, with both titles of A Thief's End and Lost Legacy. Right away, I recall the terrible optimization experience I had with this game. I'm pretty sure my graphics card is outdated by like 3 generations now, but this game really made me feel it. Performance characteristics aside though, it was a good experience despite not having context on the prior titles. Uncharted 4 is designed very cleverly so that the flashbacks give you all the insight you need to know about Nathan to understand where he's at now. As for the Lost Legacy, it's a pretty nice side adventure directly after the events of the main game. I'm not sure if they will expand on Chloe's adventure in the future now that Nate is officially retired, but please do so after I upgrade my GPU. In the fall is where I started to take things a lot slower. It's mainly because I was debuting my capstone for college, so the playlist became more dragged out. Blue Reflection unfortunately suffered because of this, but it was a good relaxing game to counter the chaos that was my life in September and October. Quite like Soul Hackers 2, this game was made on a budget in which I would have loved to see more world building and functions in it. The anime thankfully does expand on reflectors, more so than the Sephira, which was great to see. And it's also a whole lot darker than the game, like about 10 times more. Not going to spoil it though, as this is about the game, but it does take place after Hina's adventure, which will be interesting to see how it will be acknowledged in the second game. And finally began the double FromSoft games, starting with Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. This was a very different genre of game from my usual assortment, so I'm glad I enjoyed it. The levels of customization, not just on a technical level, but also on a personalization degree, is if not better than Code Veins. I only wish that we could upload images into the game as decals so that I could use them as templates, but it was just as fun working from scratch as well. This game also does a really good job at implementing personality into the ACs. Usually people need an object to employ characteristics to it, but every story AC encountered felt unique due to the exemplary voice acting delivery. And of course, this year ended not too long ago on the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC for Elden Ring. Well, it's certainly not hard to forget spending 5 hours of training on Radahn, but I guess it also shows how out of touch I am with more reactive games. Believe it or not, before I started YouTube, I used to be quite proficient in skill-based games. I still remember doing all the horror hunting trials in Code Vein and the Nier Automata Colosseums. I've unfortunately reached the I am an adult now and no longer have 15 hours a day to spend analyzing a boss phase of my life. Good times, nonetheless. But this DLC was really way more expansive than I thought it would be. I was going into it expecting the combined size of perhaps Ashes of Ariandel and Ring City from DS3. I was also thinking it would be much more linear, like Farum Azula. Now at this time I've only played it once, so I can't speak to the NG Plus experience, or rather the NG Plus difficulty for this DLC. But what I can speak about is the new slick weapons that I've acquired and am very much looking forward to using in the future. The throwing blades and the hand-to-hand are by far my most anticipated favorites that I want to use in the next journey. And that's it for the game section. Glad I actually had content to recall this time.
But Umbra, you forgot Skyrim Season 2 and Judgment that continued into 2024 and the conventions that you went to.
Yes, that is all correct. Well, for Skyrim it's more so a fun, relaxing playthrough I did because I just came up with the idea 2 years ago. No for Judgment, oh my god, I dragged that shit out for 5 months, I'm not giving it any more coverage. But yes, I will count it into 2024. and the conventions are 2 seasonal occurrences that occur at the same time every year, so you can expect the same experience. With that all said, let's talk about anime in 2024 because I don't have an opportunity to do so regularly. When it comes to watching shows, I don't actually have a personal favorite. There are some that I like more than others, but I don't particularly have a list or preference. That's probably why I watch about 35 to 40 shows every season, but anyways, what this segment is going to focus on are the animes that aired in 2024 that I enjoyed consuming the most. I've only got 2 shows, in fact, that I want to discuss because that's the amount that stood out to me this year. Because last year, my dumbass came unprepared with no script and talked about literally every show I watched in 2023. So let's begin. The first anime is called Viral Hit from the spring 2024 season. To sum it up, high school setting with weak MC who is bullied and exploited for internet clout. The MC decides to stop being a victim and make his own YouTube channel focused around beating up bullies. The story is overall outrageous and very fast-paced, but I really enjoyed this show a lot. The MC is very endearing, and instead of playing by the rules to win like most protagonists, he takes advantage of every opportunity to succeed. He even does a sponsor segment after winning one of his fights, which was hilarious, but also smart. In this setting, everybody has an ulterior motive, and the MC comes to understand that victims can't survive in this environment, so it's up to him to shape up or shift further down. I like this animation style as well. It's realistic to the point where it intensifies the emotion and faces of the characters, so they appear as animals or predators, opponents that are definitely out of the MC's league. The animation also works well in the protagonist's favor as it shows the intensity of his training and how small he appears in comparison to his opponents. Overall, it was a very satisfying watch with good pacing throughout all the episodes with a demonetization trailer for the next season, which is interesting given the MC's using his revenue to support his mother. The second anime I enjoyed is Trillion Game, which is part of the current fall 2024 season and will be continuing into the winter next year. The best way I can sum up all this hilariousness and ridiculous plot is that it's about the power of belief and greediness can overcome all odds. There's 2 protagonists, Haru and Gaku, who are old classmates that spontaneously meet after a long time and have very different strengths and personalities. Together, through an unbelievable process of bluffing, they start up their own company with the goal to acquire 1 trillion yen. What for? That's the question. The story is very easy to follow, and the plot is also very simple as well. There is a goal-oriented progression to the plot, and it's focused solely on our 2 protagonists, with their make-it-up-on-the-spot mission to achieve success. It does a decent job also showcasing the micro and macro sides of business and entrepreneurship, alongside challenging the ideology of how hard work isn't better than smart work. The animation is very stiff, but the cast are adults only, so the expressionless and poker face approach fits quite well with the business setting. The anime is still airing at this time as it's getting 26 episodes, so I'd highly recommend it to any business student such as myself. It's quite an entertaining watch. And that is all I've got to say to sum up this year. If you want to see what I have scheduled for the next year, you can check out yesterday's video, the lineup, where I have my ideal plan for 2025. I'm a college grad now, so it really does feel good to have more freedom in both my time and sleep. 2025 will most likely be a very similar format to 2024, so don't expect too much different, as I want to finish up some personal projects so I can plan for some new video formats in 2026. So thank you for joining me and Umbra in 2024. And to commemorate this year, Umbra actually has prepared a special presentation to close off this year.
for a shot at your chest. I got the instinct to do it in this battle with death. This is my time to rise, you can't ride on my steps. I'm gonna win and it don't matter who challenge me next. So I can power through you with no risk, leaving your soul twisted up in my closed fist. Take notice, I'm saying it's the coldest, baddest erratic fighter you can face on the foes list. The knockout king to all my opponents. I'm taking every moment to win, baby, I own it. Yeah, I stop the zoning with flurries and combinations, saying you a hate me, cause my skills are way great. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back from a glory, yeah. These guys talk big, but I'm more prepared. On my redemption road, I rip my foes when I trip and flip modes. You can't slip my blows. I'm on a comeback. It took out all the enhancements. In with the glow, I'm the champ that the fans hit. Hard, rugged, star-studded and mighty, and leaving you all bloody and making your face ugly. Jab, hook, uppercut. For my blow when it impacts up your gut. You wanna try to beat the champ, you ain't tough enough. I think you move through your best, and I counter punch. Man, I fake position, ain't hitting for your brain. Cause I train with the wisdom, gain vision through the pain. I will bang through the system, stay vicious in the game. And I'm back forever, you can't stop my reign. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. Put 'em up, show me what you got. I wanna see how you rock, if you're great or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. I put the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. Rock, ready, no, stop, yeah, it's getting tense up over my block. I'm locked in the clinch, I'm about to go off. I was lost, but now back as the champion boss. Go rock, ready, no, stop, yeah, it's getting tense up over my block. I'm locked in the clinch, I'm about to go off. I was lost, but now back as the champion boss. When I break through, I shake fools with great moves and train to stay loose. My power stays brute. Give me if you want my chin, it's like granite. Keep throwing your best out, but I'm still left standing. I rock steady, my heart's heavy with fire. Call me the trailblazer, I'm taking this game higher. I move fast like a sweet bag, throwing right crosses so your weak jabs. It feels good without the implants in me. Here to show the world that my skills want to skin deep. I'm charging the wind speed, moving in the frenzy. Show I'm the champ, leaving something to envy. I say defiant in the sweet science, ready to rumble in the jungle on these weak lions. Yeah, I'm a legend, a street giant. If you the last 3 rounds against me, fool, keep trying. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. Put 'em up, show me what you got. I wanna see how you rock, if you're great or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. I put the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. Back to rise, back to glow, back to fly, back to soar, back to war. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. I'm back